Hey everyone, it's Craig with One Man's Cancer Journey, bringing you my weekly update. So we started out this week very optimistic. We had our histotripsy planned for Wednesday. Went down to the Celebration Hospital and got all set up, signed the paperwork, and went into the surgical room. Came out earlier than expected, and unfortunately, I didn't have the opportunity to speak with our physician, but Megan did, and it turns out that he decided that he was not going to proceed with the procedure. Apparently, when they looked at the tumors in spots on the liver, they seemed to have grown, and more tumors were there from the pre-op work that had been done just 3 weeks earlier. So we were really disappointed because we knew that the histotripsy works in other people and it's a way to reduce the tumors. And so we were hopeful that we would come out with, maybe half of my liver having been treated and a reduction in the tumors. But we didn't. And the fact that he said it was driven by the fact that there were spots were bigger and that there were more put some fear that the cancer is spreading. So the next steps now are to do a CT scan to see if the cancer has spread and to be able to compare the CT scan results with the previous CT scan. So we were pretty disappointed, and on Wednesday night I was concerned. And I was wondering, have things stopped working? And now my next milestone is really, will I be able to make it to my daughter's college graduation in August? And it's a deep place to go. And it's interesting how people can talk about my resilience and my positive attitude. And I do try to maintain that, but it doesn't mean that I don't have those moments that scare the crap out of me. On Thursday, Megan and I talked a little bit more since she had talked with the doctor. And I'm wondering if perhaps he didn't proceed, partially because he's doing a protocol on the treatment. And perhaps he didn't want my numbers or my results as part of that protocol in order to preserve it so that others could use it because they know that it works. So we're going to set up a follow-up with him to kind of understand a little bit more. Shared the news with Dr. Tajani, and he was going to reach out to the doctor and talk with them as well. We scheduled an urgent CT scan, which I had done late on Thursday, and the results should be ready on Monday, and we're going to meet with Dr. Tajani. I guess the one thing we do know, which we kind of thought, is that my current course of treatment is no longer working. It's no longer effective at holding the cancer at bay. And so we have to look at next steps. So there's another clinical study out there that we're looking to see if I can be a candidate for. And I know there's at least one or two more chemo drugs that we can explore with Dr. Tajani. But each time that we get to a point like this, you wonder, how many times do I have left that I can shift to something different? We'll continue to shift and we'll continue to fight. But it certainly does make it hard. And so it was not the week that we had expected. And I'm praying that what we learn on Monday, we can adjust one more time and see what happens to the cancer. Hopefully, whatever we turn to will be effective at treating the cancer, one, and two, that my body will tolerate it as I've been tolerating things in the past. Because I certainly don't want to get to the point where I'm not able to work or where I'm not able to function somewhat. Certainly don't have the quality of life that I would like to have. I'm extremely tired all the time. I don't sleep very well, but I'm alive. And for that, I'm grateful at this point in time. For my gratitude moment, it's a hard one this week. But I am grateful that over time, Megan and I have developed the ability to not overreact to one piece of news, to be able to use that and to let it be part of an overall story and to let that story unfold before we panic. As I mentioned, it doesn't stop me from going to those dark places, but it does prevent me from staying there. And I think back to the video that I did of when I was diagnosed and my daughter Mariana's kind words that say, "Dad, we take this one day at a time. May have a bad day, but we wake up the next morning and we start all over." And so I'm grateful for the support of my family and for the ability to not overreact, but to take it one day at a time so that we can continue to live and fight this disease. I'm Craig with One Man's Cancer Journey, and I wish for you a blessed week.